back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to start a new series on this channel called Urban Legends. And the first urban legend I want to do is Bloody Mary. Now the reason why I'm doing this one first, because I know this is a very common urban legend that most people have heard of. Well, the reason I'm doing this one is because that was the first urban legend I ever heard. I was 8 years old, and I remember when I heard that story. But I have tried Bloody Mary before. It didn't work, luckily, because I wouldn't want my eyes clawed out or anything. But in this video, we're going to talk about the origin of the story and the ritual. So let's get on with that origin. So there's a lot of different origins for this story. I've heard very many different stories that I just keep hearing very different stories. But the most reoccurring story I've heard that I'm going to share today is it was back in, I want to say, the 1600s. I could be wrong. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. But it was back in the 1600s, and this was the time when witchcraft and all that, like the Salem witch trials. This was the time when people were getting burned at the stake for it. So basically what happened in this story was there was a woman, and her name was Mary, or they called her Bloody Mary, and she lived in the middle of the forest in a cabin. And basically, it was told that if the townspeople went to her cabin, their livestock would die. So no one really bothered with her, and they were also told she did potions, and she kind of did the witchcraft, but she wasn't a proven witch, but they had a feeling. Anyway, so what was going on was in the town outside of the forest where Bloody Mary lived, kids started disappearing, and they're like, whoa, where are these kids going? And so people were very afraid. And they were looking around for these kids, and a few very brave souls went to Bloody Mary's house and said, have you seen these kids? And she's like, no, I haven't seen any of the kids. I don't know where they went. However, when they looked at her, she seemed to be a lot kind of younger looking, just a little more youthful, I guess you could say. But, they left. And so then, one night, the miller's daughter, it was the middle of the night, and I guess the miller luckily happened to be up, and his daughter got up, she was in the living, I guess what they would call a living room, and she went out the front door and started walking towards the forest in a way. And the miller's screaming help, help, help! And everyone started running, chasing her, and they all saw, in the forest, they saw a wand that Bloody Mary was holding, luring the kid in, and they saw her. And then Bloody Mary undid, kind of let the girl go, and she ran into the forest, and the girl, fell asleep, kind of, Anyways, so the next day, the villagers took pitchforks and torches and, of course, a stake, went to her cabin in the woods, and they took her into a field. They put the stake in the ground, tied her to the stake, and they burned her at the stake. And while she was burning, she screamed, anyone who says my name in front of a mirror 3 times shall face my wrath. And then she screamed and burned and died. And also, what happened with the kids was, yes, she did have something to do with the kids. She lured them all in, killed them, and she bathed in their blood, because back then it was told if you bathed in blood, it would keep your youth. So yeah, that's the origin of the story, and that's there's other ones, but that's the most common one I've heard. So yeah, now then, let's get on with that ritual. So there are different ways of doing the ritual of Bloody Mary. The most common one I've heard that people have tried, I see, is where you go in the bathroom and you shut the light and close the door and lock it. And basically you light a candle and have it in front of the mirror, and you say Bloody Mary 3 times into the mirror, and she's supposed to appear and claw your eyes out. Or then there's also another one where you spin around 3 times, you say Bloody Mary, you flush the toilet, you shut the door and lock it, and you turn off the light and look in the mirror, and you're supposed to see her. A lot of these do involve candles, because I was told light a candle and lock the door and shut the light, spin around, sing Bloody Mary, and flush the toilet and look in the mirror. So those are some of the rituals I've heard that people have done. Now, I've personally tried the one with the candle lit. That didn't work. I've also tried just spinning, just keeping the door locked. I had the light on. You spin around 3 times, saying Bloody Mary, and you flush the toilet and shut the light and look in the mirror. That didn't work either. So, I mean, I don't really believe in this legend. I mean, some people are like, oh, it's real, it's real. I personally don't really believe in urban legends, to be honest. Granted, I believe in, Ouija boards, but the one thing I don't believe in is urban legends. But, I mean, who knows, some people have things happen, may have just gotten really scared. But, hey, leave a comment down below if you've ever tried Bloody Mary and what your experience was like. So, yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you want to see me do more of these urban legends, and leave a comment down below on any urban legends maybe you want to see me do next, or if you have any other suggestions for videos. Also, please hit that subscribe button to see when I make more videos, because I try to make them at least once a week and more than that. But yeah, so I guess that is it. So yeah, also follow my social media links or the social media I'll have down below. But yeah, that's it. So bye guys!